And sitting pretty.
Why can't keeping it real be classy? Okay. Why can't keeping it real be let me hold my peace and let me move on? Why can't keeping it real be, you know what? They may have done that, but I'm going to respect them and move forward. Why can't that be keeping it real?
Right.
Hey you! Are you looking for a licensed cosmetologist who specializes in natural hair and locks? Well, go see JJ Wesley at Naps by J. She'll take care of all your natural hair needs. Book your appointment now. Call 602-955-0646. The number again is 602-955-0646. And remember to always keep it nappy. Welcome to episode 26 of Sitting Pretty and Keeping It Real.
That's a half a year.
Yeah.
26.
Y'all could have heard what I just heard in these earphones right now.
That's all good. We need to
Pierce
know.
my ear.
26.
Who's 26
We in the
at
mix.
this table?
That
Me.
one.
Me, I'm pretty close.
Yeah, I'm real close
Mary.
to 20.
Mary, like, no, not me.
I'm 24.
Oh,
you closer
girl.
than any of us.
No, you still got 2 years then.
Exactly.
Yeah. Little baby.
Oh, these other ones are lying. They ain't nowhere near it.
Backwards, if you flip it, maybe how.
62. God,
Who the hell 62?
Oh, my bad. I thought we said 42.
Oh, but Jesus.
You just
Okay,
said
let's
24.
No, she said she's 24.
No, but we were saying 26.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a little bit closer. All right. Well, as we said before, we just welcomed Mary. Mary from Chick Tech. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
We're excited.
Yes.
Before we get into Mary, we are going to get into food, drinks, and hot topics as usual. So just be prepared for the second half. We're going to talk about you, Chick Tech, and everything else.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Why did you point?
Because Sassy Dino, are you doing it?
No, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
thank you. Good job.
They don't know who they're talking to.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
No, they do. It's 26 episodes. You know who we are.
You know who we are. It's Kimmy, where our pretty's at. It's T to the E.
Sassy B.
Queen Bee, you know why I'm here?
Wait a minute. She's all this way right now, but wait till later. It's going to change.
What was that about?
Mary, she does it all the time.
Did you have a Red Bull today or like 5?
No.
She need one probably.
Wakanda forever.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's not start with that today.
Lord
please.
Jesus. The lady don't see
You going to go
Black
see it
Panther.
again?
My fire stick.
It's not on there yet.
It ain't on Fire Stick yet? I
she
thought we was
must
going
have
to watch it
checked.
tomorrow.
I seen it. I seen it.
Yeah, but it may not. It may
Wait,
just...
the popo might be listening.
Okay.
Too late now. They going for Queen Bee. That was Queen Bee talking.
She got a Fire Stick, y'all.
And it's your girl, as usual, Navarre and a K. Alright? We sound familiar? Y'all got us?
They know who we are by now.
Exactly. Alright, so for tonight, breakfast for dinner. Now I'm just assuming that like you guys put syrup in the drinks or something. 'Cause I didn't pay attention.
A little bit of something,
So y'all could go ahead and explain.
No,
what we
she
have
could
for
tell
drinks
y'all.
and food for
It
tonight.
is brunch. We're doing brunch.
And a podcast.
But it's not lunch. I'm confused. Why are we, it's breakfast
It's brunch.
for dinner?
It's
No, it's
It's
brunch.
still food that you serve
Well,
at
we're
brunch.
not doing Brenner.
We're doing brunch.
Brunch.
But I
On
don't
Friday.
understand. But it's not lunchtime.
But
so
by
it
the
shouldn't
time
be
someone's
considered
listening
brunch.
to it, it could be brunch time.
Yeah, it's
And it's
brunch.
brunch food.
Yeah.
It's brunch inspired.
So it's brunch and a podcast.
It's brunch inspired.
Kinda
Okay, I
the
like that
menu
better.
serves breakfast all night, all
Brunch
day.
inspired. I like that.
It's
Okay,
brunch and
so
a podcast.
so we're having a brunch inspired podcast tonight. On the menu we have a brunch teeny, which has no syrup. We also have chicken and waffles. We have bird nest, which is hash browns and eggs. We have danishes and fresh fruit platter.
Sounds like
wait.
a lot of sweet stuff.
No, they're savory. The eggs,
The eggs,
potatoes,
the chicken.
Who
and
made
the
potatoes?
chicken.
It's in the
And it's the nest. It's
nest.
the bird's nest.
Hash browns.
Oh, duh. I forgot hash browns and potatoes for a second.
See, she had a Queen
Wait
Bee
a minute,
moment.
I was gonna say you Queen Bee over there.
I let y'all in on that thought.
No, you
I
didn't.
I didn't have to because I thought about it. I said, should I let them in on this thought I just had?
You thought that
And
fast?
I really did. Dead serious.
So I guess you don't let us in. We just have to guess.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
It's not hard
Look how
to
she
figure
looking up
out.
in the sky too, like she looking for thoughts.
It's not
Wrong.
hard to
The answer is right there, Kimmy.
Mary, we set you in the wrong spot.
She seriously was looking in the sky. I started
The
looking
answer
up.
was right there, Kimmy.
Did you find it?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's start off with a pretty amusing hot topic for the night. Let's talk about how Chris Rock once tried to shoot his shot at Rihanna. Have you guys seen
That
it?
is hilarious, and he should have set his ass down.
Exactly. Mary, what do you think about
He's
that?
wrong. He tried it. He shouldn't have. He should have saved himself the embarrassment.
Exactly.
Ain't he old enough to be her dad?
I was just putting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
And then he's not that. Ever
I
since he
think he
played
thought
that
his
crackhead
money-
in the movie,
But he still looked better than he used to, and I think he thought since he probably had the money, he can.
But she got money too.
No, when she first
That's true.
started.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was just a baby, so you was a child molester.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Oh
that's
no, this was in 2016.
Oh, really?
Oh, they said that was recent. He
It was
did
2
that.
years ago.
Ain't he
yeah.
married?
He said she
No, he
looked
got
at
No,
divorced.
he's divorced.
When did he get divorced?
About 3 years ago.
Oh,
They were
hell.
separated first, right? Yeah, and then he got divorced after
Yeah.
that.
She said he said she looked at me like I was one of her aunts.
I saw that, yeah.
Hey, auntie.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that's about right.
Exactly.
But wait a minute, not even your uncle,
Go
the
right,
cousin.
right. That's
You was
even
a
worse.
boy. Why didn't she say you was a boy kind of cousin or relative?
I mean, she thought.
Well, no,
something else.
she didn't say that. He said that's how she looked.
Oh, that's how she. Okay.
Yeah, those were his words, not hers.
That should have made it feel
No,
low.
what was the movie that he was in? Could I have 2 ribs?
Oh, yeah. New Jack City.
New Jack City.
No, it wasn't New Jack City. It was
I'm gonna get you
I'm
something.
gonna get you something.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that movie is hilarious. Have you seen
Yeah.
that movie, Mary?
I've never seen it.
You
Either.
too young for
You
that?
have never seen I'm gonna get you
I
something.
don't know, maybe.
I think you are. You probably are.
I'll find it on the fire
Because
stick.
we was younger than y'all when that movie came out. We was younger than Mary. Wasn't we younger than her when the movie came out?
I needed to take
That's
her
why I
card.
said
So it's a classic.
It really is. Don't
Yeah.
make me hop after
Do you? See, she's seen it because
So
of me.
just check it out whenever you.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I'll find it on the fire stick.
You gonna find it on the fire?
You and I both.
I found it.
Right.
Just the channel is off.
So is everyone at the table familiar with Honey Boo Boo?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
what happened with Honey Boo
Did
Boo?
you guys see her rant on the video she posted on Instagram?
I did.
Okay, this is what she said. So I guess somebody in her comments told her to stop acting black, and she said she low key went off in the video. She was cussing and everything. She was like, "How can you act a color?" She was like, "You can't act a color, but you can be a color." And she makes a good point though.
made a good point.
She made a good point. I was like, look at you, Honey Boo.
How can you be a color?
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
went over my head.
No, exactly.
No.
That's
Oh,
true.
okay.
How can you be a
Well,
color?
and
That's
she's
But when
just
she's-
country.
yeah.
I think if you because it was just on when I was leaving the house because I was like, why does her daddy have every other teeth? But
Oh, Sugar Bear. I like Sugar. Sugar Bear.
but he only got every other. It's like every other one. It's like no. So
I
he
get
got
what she's saying. She's saying you can be black, and you can be white, but how can you?
You can't be a
But I
color
think
though.
she's just country.
She's just saying like your nationality.
Right.
You can be white.
You
Your
can be
nationality
who
could
you
be
are.
black.
Yeah.
But how am I trying to act a
Act,
certain
right.
color?
Because
Right.
well, just say that she's acting more like of the black culture.
Yeah, she knew what they were
She's
saying,
acting,
but she was just
she
checking
knew.
on.
Yeah,
But who
exactly.
classifies
Yeah.
that? This is
Right,
black. This is
exactly.
white.
And
This
that's
No,
why
is
it
it's
makes
just
crazy.
no. They wrong for
Who's the
classifying it,
judge?
but we do act a certain way, and it's our culture, and a lot of people want to steal from our culture, and maybe that's what they should say.
Yeah.
Is she walking around with braids?
No.
Okay, hit up a Kardashian.
Exactly. So,
Well, and that's what I
And
think
she a
it's
little
how
kid,
she
too.
sounds, but you can't say that
'Cause
because
that's what
when you
she's
talk
wrong.
proper, then they're
Yeah.
saying you
You
said
are
white.
right. Right.
So
That's what I'm saying.
That's
it
where she's
goes.
from.
Like my mom said,
Yeah.
she's from the South. It's
She
not like
is.
she's not from there.
Yep, she's just country.
Yeah, exactly. Her and her whole family.
So she was 5 and fat.
She's
Did she lose some weight?
appropriating
Because
the
I
black
don't know.
No,
No.
she's still chunky.
I
Same
still like
size.
her.
No, bigger.
Did you watch the show Honey Boo Boo when it was on?
I refuse. I will not entertain.
Really?
they were just too much
The
of a
whole
mess.
family just.
They was really gotten good,
They were
sweet people.
funny,
They
though.
was good hearted though. They was good hearted people.
Yeah.
I think that's ratchet. Like when people try to say like minorities are ratchet. No, that's
That's right.
ratchet.
Exactly. Like they're going to the extreme.
America fed into it and made them more rich.
Then they had
Yeah.
to be. And it's because she's spicy.
But like, let some other people do that. It wouldn't have been.
No,
that
but
bad.
honestly, but no, it's a lot of white people that work with me that would not like that. They did not like that show. They didn't care to watch
It's the
that.
same thing as
But
what we do.
we exploit ourselves too. So what's the difference?
Right.
They watch us exploit ourselves.
No, but it's different when you exploiting your own culture versus someone else.
No.
exploiting your culture.
But my point is, they would watch all of our reality shows, but we acting a fool.
Right.
So y'all got one now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They would
so-
watch ours and accept it, but they wouldn't
Gotcha.
watch their own and accept it. So.
Gotcha.
Well, because that's just like, it's the same thing. You're like, please don't let that person talk. Please don't
Yeah.
let them talk.
But,
But we do it
but at
too.
the end
But
of the
that's
day,
what I'm saying.
As
That's
black
what we
people,
do
we
it.
do it.
It's like
But
when
that's
they
them.
stand, like if you are watching a news thing, and
I
it's like,
get
don't go to the
scared.
black person.
I get
Don't
so
go to
scared.
the black person.
No, because you don't
No,
know.
they picked the wrong one.
They always pick
And
the
I'm
wrong
pretty
times
sure they
out
got
of
some
10.
decent ones talking, but they picked those and put them on there.
Exactly.
Purposely.
Yes.
Because we had something happen in our neighborhood. Remember they put a lady on there that wasn't even from the neighborhood?
from
They
the
wouldn't even know from my neighborhood on the news. They're like, for real?
And she was
Where do you live
reporting.
at around here? Yeah, and she was...
Like the lady, what was the lady? What did she say? It was a far. What did she say? What that lady?
Oh, in Florida, the lady.
It's a fraud.
Yeah, it's a far. I forgot. It was so long ago.
And everybody kept. I know who you're talking
know
about.
They asked her a certain question, and instead of her
yeah.
answering the question, she said, "It's a fraud."
Yeah.
Come on, give me a break.
We gotta find the video later.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
got to. That one was funny.
Let's move on. Let us move on. Okay. So I got a question for y'all, just to lighten up the situation. Well, not necessarily lighten up, just to go on a different path. So, what's a favorite excuse that you use to get out of a promise? Mary, do you need some time to think? Or
My kid. I got a 2-year-old. She needs me.
And they always need you, so you're not lying.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm with Mary, my kids, and I'm broke.
Yup. I'm on a budget.
The two best excuses.
I'm trying to think. A promise?
Like after you promise somebody and you're trying to back out of it?
That's hard, though. You
That's
gotta come up with
hard.
something
It gotta be
real
something
good.
major.
hard.
Because I won't
Maybe
do
let's
that.
say a commitment. instead
Okay,
of a
that's
promise.
well. I hate commitments too. But
Yeah.
yeah.
They're kind of the same one.
My kid got the flu.
No. I'm trying to think of
I
one.
don't-
Now I do that like when I'm on the phone. Oh, I gotta use the bathroom. That's my favorite. I gotta go to the bathroom. To get
That
off
ain't
the
got nothing to
phone.
do with it. You can take the
But-
phone in the bathroom.
That I am not having a conference call.
Mute, unmute.
No.
I know mine.
I don't know. I don't have one.
Mine is a headache.
Really?
Oh, that
Mine
should
is
be
a
hers.
headache.
Even though
Right.
Mine really be actual headaches.
That's
My
what
thing
I'm
is,
trying to think.
if I commit to something, I'm going
Gonna
unless
do
something
it.
major
But
actually
like
really
you say,
happens.
it's hard. Once you commit, then you feel bad about it. So it's either
I don't commit to something because I'm like, I don't. If it's last minute, I'm not.
I'm very
committing
vague.
because I don't do
I
last
like to
minute.
stay
No.
vague.
Well, I commit to something like I'll plan a party and then I don't want to do it.
This sounds personal.
No, she did that before.
No, I did it for my birthday party.
She planned her birthday party.
Sent out invitations.
Everything. Did
booked
the invitation.
place. Had
And then like a
everything.
week before,
No,
2
it was
days
the
before,
same day. It
she
was
was
the
like,
same
"I
day.
wish people would just tell me they're not coming." Because
No,
I
it
said,
was the
"How can
same
you not
day.
have a party? You already got people coming
Was
to
this
go
the painting
paint."
party?
Yeah. And she called me like the day of. Or,
It was the
She's
day
like, I
of.
don't even
I was
wanna
like,
do
you know
this.
what? I don't feel like being bothered with people today. And then,
That's true. She
and
did
I'm
it.
like, I wonder if people would just cancel. And then, then somebody called and canceled. I got excited, like, oh, they can't
Only
show
one
up.
person.
Yeah.
But
Everybody else seemed like they was there.
it ended up being very nice.
Oh no, I went, but I do this all the time. I'll plan something and then I don't want to be bothered, and then I'll go through it. Yeah, I had just got back from my
I
show.
remember that you called me.
It was the same day. It was a couple hours before. I was like, I don't want to be bothered with people today.
that's me every day.
Hashtag amen. That's me.
Amen.
But ain't it crazy when you can turn it on when you need to though?
But doing what you do, you can't turn it on and off, huh?
You have to keep it on for a long time.
Let me tell y'all. Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
Okay. So I work in tech, and when people's stuff is not working, they call me. Well, they're not supposed to call me. They're supposed to submit a help desk ticket. It pops up on my computer, and I get up when I feel like it.
Oh, Lord.
I hope nobody from my job is listening.
Lord Jesus.
But people
Her
will,
name's Sherry.
exactly.
Go ahead, Sherry.
People will call me. Oh, I have an emergency. I need you to come here now. And it's like, bro, I'm doing stuff. Like, you, just because it's the end of the world for you, don't mean I stop what I'm doing. So I just really hide in my office and really try not to have, like, face-to-face interaction with people because it's weird. Yeah. I don't know if that had to do anything with what we were talking about.
It falls in line.
Most people in technology don't like to deal with people. Most people, they just want to
just let me work on my computer.
Or they'll come to you and it's like, what? And I always tell them, I don't speak your language. This is what's going on. But they gave me the code. That's the wrong thing to do. So, you know,
it is.
They have a code usually to get in their office. Yep. Don't give me the code because I'm going to go look for it.
I just want to fix your issue when you're not in the room, and then I don't want to follow up. I don't want to have small talk.
Yeah, and say it was so nice.
Yeah,
thank you.
I want to send you an email and be like, your issue is fixed. Close the ticket.
See, you'll be mad at me because I like to talk.
Well, and not only that, I have a laptop.
Most tech people do not like to talk.
I know.
I like to talk about like what I like to talk about, but the people on my job,
they want to ask about their emails at home and their computer at home.
Oh no, I be talking about something else. We wouldn't even be talking
about.
about.
Oh no, I don't talk about the computer stuff. Like,
else.
what are you doing this weekend?
Yeah, what's going on there? Yeah. And then too, like at my job too, you're right, because some of the people that actually handles a lot of stuff behind the scenes, I understand them. People don't understand. Like, they're rude, they're mean. I'm like, no, they're not. We pay attention to their body language and figure out what mood they're in and figure out how to approach them, because sometimes they're in the middle of doing stuff and you're distracting them.
Yeah. Or you're just dumb. Sometimes it's like, no,
yeah, because I fix my own stuff.
Exactly.
It is, because we have to, and every time they submit a ticket, I'm like, did you clean your cache? Did you do this? And it's like you go down the same thing. I'm like, you big dummy. That's why we wrote an article for you, so you can follow the article.
Because I do that too. Like if mine act up, I say, I fixed it, but this is why I was in this code. So go ahead, just to let them know why I was in this code and not on the phone. But I'll get on there and figure it out myself.
My favorite's like, oh, my printer's not working. Well, is it on?
Is it connected?
Is it having?
Is it plugged in?
Exactly. They're like, well, I need you to try that out before I get up.
Yeah,
because my
troubleshoot.
seat's real comfortable. And then I'm going to be real upset. I got to walk up the stairs.
And they don't paper in the printer.
Exactly.
And not only that, it's not plugged up, or is it programmed?
To you though, you go in, it's like
it's
they don't have it
same
plugged
people.
up.
It's probably the same people.
It's the same people, but it's the people who don't they don't want to listen, like, and they feel like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they feel like
you're their servant.
Yeah. And sometimes I gotta remind people, like, I got a degree just like you, honey. So we not different.
Yeah.
Right.
I just know more about this than you do.
I just want to grab the laptop.
Yeah.
What over the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard being in a customer service job and finding the political words and sentences in order not to lose your job.
Yeah.
You can just say you have Tourette's. I do it all.
But what's so funny is I'm sure when you got into tech, you didn't think that had anything to do with customer service.
Well, no, not at all. I didn't even, like, as a child or a teenager, like, I never thought about, like, oh, I'm just gonna get a job and I'm gonna make money. I never thought about, like, having to be political and choosing your battles and not cussing people out and not writing angry emails because it'll come back to follow you. So,
Are these all lessons
Imagine what goes on in that brain of yours.
Delete.
The Lord has saved me.
That's all I gotta say.
The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
Exactly.
The Lord is my German shepherd.
Here we go again, the German shepherd.
I am so weak.
No, bro, I also asked you if you had a German shepherd.
What month is your birthday?
June 11th. Or
June.
Oh, you guys are different signs, but y'all can remind me of each other.
You're right before the day after my babies.
Okay, and then what's your sign? Cancer?
Gemini.
Gemini.
Can you tell?
Oh, yeah.
No, I heard theirs is 26, so I was just trying to figure it out.
Cancers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, but I know how tech people are, and I can kind of see. They don't want to be bothered.
But some people don't pay attention to the body language. I pay attention to all that. I'm like, okay, let me just say, I'll be like, let me go and leave you alone.
Or they don't. They just need to recognize call when it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
You have.
But some people want reasons to stop working too. That's probably
That
what it
is
They
true.
want excuses.
This is my favorite part, guys. When my boss is like, oh, so-and-so said that, they can't do this because their computer's not working. Well, they didn't tell me. Like, so how am I supposed to fix a problem? And then that's when I got to sit in my office and be like, do I confront this person? Why are they trying to call me out? My job's on the line. They're trying to make it seem like I'm not doing my job. Then I see them in the hallway and I'm like,
That's okay. I'm gonna put a virus
They
on
just
there.
didn't want to work.
I'm always trying to get out of
Put a
work,
virus.
it's
I
am.
always a technical issue.
And they know too. Believe me, they know who keeps
It's
having
always
technical issues.
They do.
not current, but when my last employer was American Express, and I used to always look, my computer something ain't right today.
Oh Jesus!
I can't dial out. I can't. My calls are disconnected on the first ring.
Are you serious? See, like with my computer, like the cords the other day, I just moved my foot and everything shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I get more irritated. I get more irritated.
I keep doing it. My computer keeps shutting off.
So you just keep doing that on purpose. It's what you're.
Are you the type of person that's like disconnecting cables?
No. Like
oh, okay.
if I would move, I knew if I moved my foot a certain way, it's gonna hit the power cord and it's gonna make everything go off.
So you do that.
On purpose.
Wow.
You
Why?
missed
Because
the,
to me,
because she
so
was
Mary-
frustrated.
Wait,
It's a break.
Mary,
You got
those,
extra break.
she's the people that you can't.
And then I
stand.
get up and go to the restroom and talk a little bit, then come back and report the outage.
Oh, see, with mine, you better go right in the equipment and you better go to talking, and so they can report
I'm
everything.
weak.
But no, I hate when stuff not working. That bothers me when stuff isn't working. So
Me,
I'll
I'm like,
figure
I
it
can
out.
figure out to do
User,
something
it's
else.
literally user error, like we said, user
Yeah.
error.
Yeah, because you're not paying enough
It's very rare that everything goes down.
Yeah.
That's usually easy.
But now,
you hear
one day-
celebration out on the
No,
floor.
one day we were celebrating something at the job. I can't remember what it was. It was our anniversary or something for the job, and no calls came through. The whole day we hung out,
I
enjoyed
remember
the
that.
party, walked around, sat down, went
Happy
back out.
anniversary.
It was perfect. It was perfect. I was like, what the Sam hell's done happened here?
What
And they
was
weren't
our
sending us
original
home to
question?
with
I'm
pay.
so confused right now.
That's like an excuse to get out of a promise.
I'm
but-
sorry.
No.
Oh no, she was the last one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
she
sure.
was it. So we just elaborated on her.
Yeah.
It just went a little further.
It went to IT. It does not work.
No, I was just trying to figure out.
Yeah,
what was
we're about to go off somewhere else.
it. On a tangent.
Bring it back in.
They already missed the exit. Past the exit.
No, it's this girl.
Cool. Let's
Don't get us
jump
started.
on.
You're
No,
not
I'm
getting me
not.
started.
Oh, never mind. I didn't even know what she was talking about, but now I do.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't just
Question.
listen to Kim now.
Question. This is. I don't want to say question one more time, but I just
Please
did.
don't.
Okay. Should
She's
teachers
trying to
have
get me
weapons?
off
Nuh-uh.
Oh, but Jesus.
Should teachers have weapons in classrooms to increase safety?
No.
Mary?
Hell
Not with my
to
child.
no.
Not with my child in there.
Wait, she said hell to the no.
I work at a school. I hear the conversations going on in the lounge, and it's best that they don't have weapons because some of these kids, they about to get shaped and shanked and gunned down.
Yeah.
So no, and I think that would just add so much pressure on the teachers. Now, some teachers never have shot a weapon; they're intimidated by it. Now it's something else to put on their platter. They're already stressed enough with 30 badass kids, and then you got the kids with the sticky fingers, because they're kids, you know. So what if, you know, God forbid, they touch the weapon and some
Or they knew that it was there.
And you
so.
could call something that happened that could have been avoided.
Exactly. I don't think that's gonna fix the issue of, you know, the shootings at the school.
I think it starts at home,
That would
actually.
be a
A
dang
lot of it.
battle royale.
It is.
Well,
Then the
it's
teachers
just-
mad
not
at
only
each other.
that- Well, and not only that, you have some teachers who are not there.
Exactly.
And then when they get tendered, you can't fire that teacher, although you know they're not right in the head. You really want them to have access to a gun?
For me, it'd be like, listen, you call me one more time.
I know that's safe. Click, click.
That's the last time you gonna call me.
Yeah.
If that's the case, we should let the students bring.
No.
Well, that's what it'll turn into
Yeah.
next.
Well, you see teacher on Facebook where the kids are fighting the teachers and stuff like that. So it's like
It goes back home training.
They may pull a gun on that teacher too.
I
so.
think it's
that's not their job.
Devil now, especially with my African American sons getting ready to go to school. They make one little move, they be that shot. I ain't got time.
Lonnie B, what you got to say?
Well, you got to think about it. You got police officers that are unhinged and shooting people on accident, or you know they,
Quote
I think, you know,
unquote.
they're scared of people who are quote unquote innocent. Think about a teacher. Teachers are crazy. You know what I mean? So if they're scared, they think they're scared, or they think this kid is gonna do something.
They
These
may
kids
act
are walking in
faster.
classrooms with backpacks.
Right.
So tell them what they got in the backpack. People on the streets don't even have backpacks and they're getting shot down. So what do you think a teacher's gonna think?
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
I can't because I'd be Mr.
That's
Furley
a
in there
good
with that
point.
gun.
I don't know. It would make me scared to be a teacher almost.
Well, and they don't. So they
That's
were
true.
saying there's a school in Indiana, so they actually have guns in the school, but they're in a lockbox in a certain location, so they're not in the classroom. But once again, no, and they're testing it out. So
You will get shot trying to get to the gun.
well,
Exactly.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
Well,
You're
that's
really
the
in
whole
your
point.
class
No,
trying
but
to
that
get
was
to
the
the
whole
guns.
point. They said that and they have like their safety thing. So, because it was the governor of Indiana or somebody was talking to Dumbutt. But if they make it out of if they're in a certain location, they have access to it. But if they're in their classroom, they're to lock the doors and then they take precautions. So it's not like they should go run and get the gun and try to shoot the person. So they're saying
Dumb
that.
plan.
I agree. I don't want a gun in the school, and it makes no sense.
know,
to
it-
me.
it's
I
just-
personally, I think it would be more effective if at the beginning of the day the teachers just checked every student's backpack and what they had in it, like something.
Yeah,
in the
because
box.
don't they do that like in
But
like
they
certain
do.
urban
Sure,
areas?
it is, but them teachers
They
that's
have
just
metal
so much
detectors.
more.
Metal
That's just
That's what
more
they
to
need.
do. They
No,
gotta
but
do
obviously in
attendance.
some
No, who's
more
gonna
to
pay
do.
for them? You can't pay for books. You can't pay for extracurricular activities. So
Yeah,
where are you
that's
getting the
paying for
funds
this,
for the
yeah.
guns?
No, but in the urban areas, I'm going to
They
say
have
at
metal
political,
detectors.
they have those type of devices where
Right.
they can check before
And they
the
need
kids
them
come
in every school.
So and I'm thinking like they do. They go to the suburbia and do that
Well,
as well.
and they even had, I think it's in Colorado, where they have the doors, how the doors shut and lock,
Oh, yeah.
so that you can't get into the classroom. So there's other measures that make
Wait,
more
but that's
sense.
Pointless, because if he's in a classroom already, he could just shoot the people.
No,
Everybody
it's
in it.
No,
anybody.
in the
So
hallway.
this is
In the
who
hallway.
Well,
usually
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about just anybody. 'Cause just anybody's don't walk into the school and shoot people. No, I'm saying as of now that's not what's happening. It's
Well,
the
that
students
last one, that
are
guy
actually-
wasn't a student.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's just
He
anybody.
just walked into
But I
the
think
school.
they have the measures in some of the they're targeting the schools that they think is going to happen.
And it's
And
not
the
even
schools
happening
that's
at
not
those. It's not even
my
happening
No,
at
point,
those.
yeah.
Columbine was
Exactly,
not. It's
exactly.
Sandy Hooks. These are
So
all
they have
not,
those
they're
measures
not-
some places,
exactly.
but it's in the wrong places.
Listen, all we need is airport security at every school. TSA.
It's true.
TSA.
Yeah, but then that's the government controlling every second
And?
of
Well,
everything.
If that means my child is safe,
yeah.
I don't care.
I guess it's
By
not,
all means.
yeah.
It's the same thing about an airplane. If you can't
Yeah.
take a bottle of water on the plane, then you don't
Good.
get one in the classroom. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna do with that water.
Once you get past a certain point, you can buy you some water.
exactly.
And take off
But
your
we don't know
shoes
what
while
you
we look.
mixing up
Yeah.
over there.
Take off your shoes while you're at it.
But that's gonna make these poor babies feel like almost like
A
a
prison.
jail prison.
Yeah.
Because when you're going in the airport, you're like, yes, I'm going on vacation. Then next thing you know, take off your shoes, take off your hat. Matter of fact, take that bun off your head. It's like,
They go
You
filling
kinda
in
got
And you
Yeah.
know what? I don't even have an issue with that, because if I'm gonna be safe on that plane
That's true.
and kick
Yeah.
back, you should take that off.
But
Why are
people,
you
but
arguing
still,
with
people
them?
getting stuff through security that shouldn't even get through.
Yeah.
but
They
the
ain't
kids,
that tight.
I feel bad for the kids because it's like,
Yeah.
It's
They
a
take away their
different time.
innocence.
Yeah.
It's a different time. It is, and you have kids scared to go to school, and a lot of parents are talking
I
about
honestly
homeschooling.
think that they should probably go through just like a metal detector that's not that obvious
Right.
when they're going through school,
Because
like
they
the
have-
grocery store, like the stores,
Undetectable.
like you stealing stuff with. You know what I mean? Something like that.
I don't know. Maybe they just need to put more use, because I know, like, I work at a middle school. At every middle school, there's a police officer on deck. Like, they need to put them to use. The schools that have police
Well, this
officers on them.
one had a police
They
officer.
said that it was a guy that was standing
He was
outside.
armed.
The sheriff.
No, he was armed in a
Standing
police
outside.
office, and he saw the man, and he actually followed him, but he did not do anything.
They put them to use. You need to do something.
So then they put
should've
him
had
on
a
leave,
stunt
and then he
gun.
quit.
I thought he got fired.
yeah, I
He
thought
did
got
get fired, but he didn't technically get fired because he was eligible for retirement. So he just retired.
But then he probably was too old to be trying to tussle with
Yeah.
that little kid too. Though he probably thought that kid
You
was
had
crazy.
a gun, shoot him.
No, but then you got other
my ass
people's
would've
kids
been
there.
out
That
of there,
bullet could have
too.
went past
So
somebody
one
else.
thing that this is,
I ain't tussling
I
over
went
no
to ASU
wrong
Prep
stout
Academy.
kid.
You could get in the gates to park in the school, but you had to go through the front office. There were not any other gates open in order for anybody to
I
get
thought
in.
that was
No,
how
but
all
wait,
schools
wait,
were.
we're talking about a gate. People can jump a gate.
No, the gates were up into the. You couldn't jump this gate. It went all the way from
Well, you
the
could
top.
just
And
jump
then
the
it curved.
curve,
Did it
front
curve?
office.
No, it didn't curve. It just stopped at the top of where the whatever the top of the building went. That's where the gate stopped at. You
It
can't
don't
slide
matter.
through.
People bring ladders. People think,
No, it literally you can't swivel through the gate. The gate goes all the way up. It meets
how
the
f-
top.
how But
by the time they come with a ladder,
somebody gonna find them on the cameras, right?
No, you can't.
Now if they came with one of them little sticks that you jump across them poles.
No, okay, no, but even if you didn't go over the ladders for the playground, there were still other gates that were locked in order to get into the school.
Okay, gotcha.
Somebody gonna find it by then.
Yeah, every gate was
and
locked.
like the doors when you come out, then when you close it, it locked. You couldn't get. It didn't have handles. You couldn't get in. You could come out.
I just always think that people
there's always a way.
Yeah, there's
a way, but
right.
If
There's
you
a
got
clearance you can get it.
right, if you could got one place where you coming in and coming out at, I think that leaves a little.
I was gonna say that they should have one way in and one way out in the sense of people.
So if it's more secure, it's less that they're actually going to get in there.
It's a deterrent.
Gotcha, yeah.
I'm not going to go through that effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Well, again, the urban schools probably are a little bit more protected than the schools that's been getting shot up.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, once again. My
also,
opinion.
they're not going to let Ray Ray over there. Like, why would Ray Ray have all these guns? Because you ain't shooting me in my house.
Exactly.
So, no.
Ray Ray ain't going to the school to shoot people up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not going to have access to that stuff, so.
Oh, all right. Let's move on.
That wasn't a touchy one, so we might want to move on.
Your gears got
I already picked up on it. That's why I got quiet.
Mm-hmm. But it was a good one. That's a good subject, though.
Okay, moving on. What do you guys think about this? Wearing saggy pants could become illegal in South Carolina if the bill becomes legal.
It's a waste of time to me.
We gotta let Mary go. Mary, what you think?
That's what we worried about.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. That's what we worried about. It don't bother me if you wear saggy pants. It's not stopping me from getting paid. It's not stopping me from going to the grocery store. I don't care. That's you. You want to wear rainbow shirts. You want to wear kilts. I don't care. Do what you got to do. Stay out my way. I don't think. I don't think that's what the state got to be worried about.
Yeah.
Like,
No. What state is it again?
South Carolina.
Bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, way bigger fish to fry.
Unless maybe because we're here in Arizona, we maybe don't. Maybe it is a huge thing.
But come on, how is that bothering somebody that you're saying that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how bad is it there?
I don't care how
I
bad.
don't care if everybody in town
There's
sagging
bigger
their
issues.
pants.
There's
But
bigger
if
issues.
there's homeless, I'm sure they don't have. I'm sure they have homeless people. I'm sure they have
I wish I could
poverty.
be like a fly on the wall when like the state is like coming together, the conference. Like, all right, today we're adjourned to talk about the saggy pants and shit.
I saw somebody with their pants
What you gonna
down.
say? You gonna be like,
And
I'd be a fly on the wall.
Give me my damn tax $50 back. That's what we need it for? No.
That's retarded.
That is the dumbest thing ever.
It's a waste of it, huh? Oh, excuse me. It's a waste of energy.
Yeah, no.
It's dumb.
Saggy pants.
That don't make no sense. What if they can't afford to buy those are the pants they got from a homeless shelter?
At the end of the day, if a bunch of the reason why these kids wear saggy pants today is because they have not been chased by a dog. I'm telling you.
Or they had a mom like mine. My mom
exactly.
pulled my brother's pants down in public, and that got him right. So
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I used to
A lot of that goes
pinch
back
and
home.
twist their butt. So whatever is exposed that shouldn't be exposed, pinch and twist.
I just always made mine pull their pants up right in front of me.
Exactly.
Pull those pants up, and they might have lowered them once they got it. Yeah, they may have.
Right now.
Did I not do that?
No, not really.
You.
But I don't think we really sag like that.
Yeah.
I don't think
is sagging even like
it's still in
like,
style.
kind of, but I don't feel like it was like maybe in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it wasn't
where like
as
it was
bad.
like at their knees pretty much. It's
Yeah.
not like that anymore. Maybe in the South, I don't know.
That's what I said. They just
So
need
they
a dog
might
to
do it
chase
more.
I
them.
guess if they say a workplace and stuff like that, but
Well, you
outside
have
of
a
that,
dress code.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Outside of that, why are you worried about it?
They don't even know. All right, let's move.
We got to buy that one really fast.
Right.
Like,
Waste of time. Has everyone at the table seen Black Panther?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I want all
Wakanda.
I want right.
Yeah,
That's my favorite part. Okay, so starting with Mary, I want all of you guys to go around the table and sum up Black Panther in 5 words.
Oh,
5
God,
words.
You're always giving us homework. It's late.
I got one word.
Yeah, sure.
It was refreshing.
Okay, like it. Queen Bee.
Powerful, amazing, insightful.
The mic is
The
over
mic
here.
is over here. You over there.
I'm like, look, that mic don't work on the thing.
Not the mic on the banner.
Remember we talked
I feel like it's a lot of mics over
I've been
there.
reading the banner over and over again. Okay.
What are you reading?
Did you count them? How many times you count them?
No, I was just reading.
You got confetti.
Why are you reading and say the same thing over and over?
I don't know. I was just saying.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so
And she got
powerful,
confetti in her hair.
amazing, insightful, intriguing. One more.
Sure.
Adventurous.
I like that.
Educational. Inspiring.
That was mine.
You didn't say it though.
Oh, I didn't say inspiring.
Well, between reading, sitting pretty, keeping it real 100 times, so you may not have.
Oh wow.
Something wrong with the lady.
You think?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. It was different.
So that would be one. That would
Yeah,
be your
different.
third one.
You guys have used a whole sentence. You don't gotta just.
No, I'm trying. So I don't know. It's worth repeating.
Yes,
That's it.
for sure.
Worth repeating.
It is worth
Let it
break
go.
it down. If
Let
you
it go.
break it down-
Let it go.
If
Let it go. Let it
If you
go.
break down the syllables, no.
Cohesive. Black pride.
That's 3
And
words.
I love the blackness.
Awesome. I enjoyed everything about it.
Was that
That's your
five?
5
Yeah,
words.
that's it. I ain't got anything.
I enjoyed everything.
Oh, and the men's. Oh no, wait. The men's looks really
wait.
nice. Yeah, the men's.
Wait, buff. Michael B.
No
Jordan.
body fat.
Skip them. What?
Black
what's your
Panther.
favorite?
Sexy.
Sexy.
I got one.
Big chest.
Be quiet.
Dang.
Bumpy.
Ugh. Stop.
That bug-
I
That
got
was
one.
nasty.
Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Oh yeah, that was a really dope movie.
Okay, can I say my favorite line?
He's just making up a
Let
whole
me
new
think of.
stuff.
Oh, I know what your favorite line is. I'm gonna say
Go
it
ahead.
for you. No, that I was just joking. Go ahead. I think I know which one it is though.
Basically, the one basically saying I'd rather.
Yeah.
I
jump.
Yeah,
That was my
Than to live a
favorite
life
quote.
of bondage.
Because
Like,
when
that
you
was
said
just-
that, I shook in my seat.
Yeah, like that was just if I was alive like during that time, like my disobedience would have just made me just jump because
Well, I don't know. I probably don't know how to swim.
I don't either, so I know I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
It's better to die.
I just let him shoot me.
Did
I
you
wanna
take your
die
baby
fast.
with you?
No.
She's 2.
Yeah.
I need her not to interrupt me during that special moment that I was having. Like, I had to prepare myself.
So did you wait? Did you see that? Because when we were going into the theater, somebody goes, "Don't leave. Make sure
Yes,
after the
you wait till
you
the
wait."
end.
So did you wait?
I
till
didn't wait, no.
Yeah,
Didn't
there
you
is
just
after
after the credit?
After the roll.
No one, there was people sitting there. I was like, it's time to go, guys. Like,
No.
No,
it's
so you
extra.
gotta watch it again.
You have
That was
now.
the
You have
best
to watch
part.
it again. Yeah,
That
that's
was the best
extra.
part after the credits rolled.
Yeah.
My family went last week, and they all like wore the same shirt in different colors, and they took my daughter. They like rolled in real deep, and I was like, "All right, guys."
Okay,
But
that's
then
what
I
we
went
did.
another time.
My favorite line is, "What are those?"
Because they took
With the
that
princess.
from that YouTube
Or
guy.
not only that, because they're known for their sandals.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the line came from that YouTube guy that used to go,
What are those?
I was like, you know, I loved his sister though.
I do too.
You got the handshake there?
Okay, wait, let's
Like,
do it
that's
then.
so simple. Oh my gosh.
I got it. Come on, let's go around the table.
Come on, Kim.
Come on, girl, get with it.
You didn't even know it.
I
You just got with it.
All right, Kimmy, do you want to tell us about a call? I mean, something. A call
Yes,
that you got.
I can't.
So what,
I can't
customer
say,
service?
Yeah, customer service. I can't say where I work, but someone called, and I was like, "Thanks for calling." Blah 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 blah. They go, "Do you guys go international?" I go, "Yeah, we go international to like the islands."
Please don't say what you about to say.
Listen, we go to the islands. We go like to.
It's worse.
We go to like Mexico and
done.
I don't
You
even
said
think
the
it's
islands.
the islands and stuff. It's like, well, do you go to Wakanda? I said, no, we
They
don't go to.
disrespectful.
Oh no, and I couldn't figure out which way it was going, so I'm like, oh man, word, be good. I'm like, well, no, we don't service Wakanda. I said, but she's like, where is it? I
No,
said,
she
well,
said, well, do you guys go to Africa?
no. They didn't say that. They go the Wakanda, and I'm like, No, we don't service it there. I said, based on the movie, isn't that in Africa? Like, letting you know, I've seen this movie, so don't try to clown me. And she was like, well, do you get close to Africa? No, ma'am, we do not go to Africa. And then she goes, well, does Delta go there? I said, I don't know. She's like, well, maybe I should go bury myself in the dirt and go there. I said, well, maybe you should. I said, you can try that.
You know what? I hate that.
Because I'm like, because I didn't know if it was a black person clowning or if it was a white person clowning. I couldn't tell which way. But the way she kept going, I think she was being low-key rude opposed to either way.
So she was trying to clown the whole movie.
Yeah, but either way, why would you call a business anyways?
Because you didn't have nothing else to do.
Yeah, exactly. So I kept it.
Do you think it was like a kid?
No, it was a young adult.
But you couldn't tell the nationality?
At first, I thought she was black. But then the way she kept going, I'm like, nah, she's trying to clown, but I'm at work. I got to be good. I say, well, based on the movie, letting her know I seen the movie, so why don't you just even stop the shenanigans, you know? And so I think she's like, well, maybe I should bury myself into the ground and call Delta. I said, yeah, you're welcome to do that. Thanks for flying, da-da-da-da-da. And then she got off the phone, but it's like,
a lot of people are doing that. They're like...
But I'm at work. I can't say what I want to say. So I let her know that I knew about the movie and I know what you're talking about.
And you're trying to be funny.
In reality, they were already in Wakanda. If you watch the movie, going in the dirt was taking them to a whole different spiritual place. Yeah. So dummy. The dirt, you can bury yourself in the damn dirty.
You can not go to Wakanda. It's cheaper if you just go to your local movie theater.
Yeah.
I think the person just did that based on.
But I didn't give her what she wanted.
Yeah.
I'm weak.
See,
I was talking to somebody that works with me. She's like, I never seen the movie. I wouldn't have never known what she was talking about. I'm like,
Wakanda. Somebody be like, Wakanda.
No, but we know. That's what I think she thought was gonna happen. I said, no, we don't service there. I said, we just do like Mexico and da da da. But the fact that she kept pushing, I'm like,
you should have said, bitch. That's.
I'm at work.
But if you really want to go to Wakanda, you can go to your local theater.
Yeah. Exactly.
But she got off the phone. Of people just I said, well, you're welcome to bury yourself if you like to.
Well,
shit.
I feel like that's a setup. Like, try to get a black person to act out.
Yeah, exactly. And she didn't
be
get
against the movie.
And she didn't get that.
Like, be against all the positivity that the movie
represents.
Exactly. So, like, what you not gonna do?
What you not gonna do?
That's why I say
clown Wakanda.
Exactly.
You not gonna do that.
So I didn't give her either way. So she didn't. If it was a black person playing or if it was a white person playing, neither one of them got what they wanted out of me because I didn't feed into it.
You should have had a job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, who has time to play like that?
It was disrespectful. Why are you playing with a business that we here to make money, not to play dumb shit?
And then you gotta wait on hold.
But she got
exactly.
She got off the phone, but she didn't get what she wanted.
How long was she on hold?
Yeah, exactly.
That is the real question.
It's retarded because I don't even care to bother somebody's business with something that's stupid. She didn't get what she wanted. Either way, they didn't get what they wanted.
The movie still made a lot of money.
Exactly. How about that?
300
so that did tie into the black.
That's why I had asked her that earlier.
Wow, that's crazy.
I thought that was.
But a lot of people have been saying that.
Because if I never seen the movie, I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" Because I wouldn't have looked it up. Because I'd be like, "I know we don't go there." So
did you hear about the one? And I was dying laughing. The internet has no chill.
Exactly.
Zero. No, internet wins. Regular people zero.
They talking about Wakanda immigration have made their announcement that R. Kelly will not.
R. Kelly can't go to Wakanda.
He is banned from Wakanda.
Why y'all playing? Shoot, I wish that was a real place. I would be there
right
now.
I seen a picture on Instagram. It was like American Airlines, right?
No, it was
United?
No, it was Orlando.
Atlanta something.
It was one of the actually airports.
Atlanta.
Yeah. No, was it? No, I think it was Orlando. And they said that they had flights going.
Well, you can't go to Wakanda, go to Atlanta because they filmed it.
I think it was Atlanta. I remember seeing ATL. I remember seeing ATL.
No, it was Orlando. Orlando did one as well.
Okay. Oh, but they filmed it in Atlanta.
They would have been wasting their day, buddy.
It was Jessica who posted it. It was hilarious.
No, because Tyler Perry, he posted on his page talking about this is where Wakanda was. So.
All right. Well, we're about to go try to find Wakanda. We'll see y'all in a second.
Got 2 necklaces from Tiffany's. My ice 10 times, your nose ring. You better back up before you get got. I'ma knock you with my rose gold wristwatch. Y'all think this is a game, but I'm spitting facts. My middle name Bougie, so you know it's raps. Yeah, Double C's on my eyes so I'm seeing clear. Just left the dealership, I'm a swerve and stare. On the loop 202 and I'm heading near you. What? Okay, I might just pull up in the Accord, but don't worry, got the X3 keys in the door. What more can y'all even ask for? Fan first, pod son, sitting pretty, we on, yeah, we about to be litty on the moon, and we got new work coming real soon. And as for you, you should have been on, cause we about to take over the whole damn zone. We doing this as a team, so we all about to be flashy, what bling bling. Right, get it, but back to me. 800 on some bundles, that's nothing. A stack on some shoes, that's nothing. I know it's something to you, so why are y'all fronting? Got 3 jobs, so you know your girl be hustling.
Welcome back to episode 26. We are back from break. Did anyone ever figure out where Wakanda was?
Girl,
in my heart. It's in my heart.
I got my ticket already.
You got your ticket while we were on break?
Yeah, I'm going for my dirty 30.
She going somewhere close to Wakanda for her dirty.
What about them chicken and waffles?
Right, how was that?
Everything was tasty. I enjoyed everything.
Mary?
It was awesome.
The food?
Oh, it was good. Sorry.
She got the itis.
I do. I'm like warm inside. The food is good. Like my belly's full. I still want this Danish. I still want the drink.
You like
There's a lot going on. But I'm grateful.
Yeah, tasty. I think I might go back for seconds. Maybe. I gotta think about it.
Mine wrapped up for breakfast in the morning.
Smart.
Let's see if we eat it. Okay, cool.
You better not eat.
Let's move on. As I said before, we have Miss Mary Ramirez from Chick Tech. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Chick Tech, the history, when it got started, how it formed? What is your part? What role do you play?
Yeah, for sure. So, like you said, my name is Mary, and I'm representing Chick Tech, the Phoenix chapter specifically. It is a national nonprofit organization that started in 2012 in Portland, Oregon. And the whole purpose or mission behind Chick Tech is to retain women in the technology workforce, as well as work with girls and educate them so that they can possibly pursue careers in STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It really is. So how did you personally get involved with Chick Tech?
So it's a long story.
Oh, go for it.
We got time.
We're ready.
So when I was 17, I went off to the Army, and the job that I had in the Army was in technology. And I was in the Army for about 4 years, met my husband there, and then got married. And then shortly after, I was pregnant, and I didn't think that the life of an active duty soldier was like going to be cohesive with my family life. So we kind of rolled the dice and got out and moved into the civilian life. So I had this experience in technology, but my degree was in legal studies because I wanted to be an attorney. But then once I came to the civilian side and I seen all the stuff happening in the news and how the court system really isn't very justice or isn't right, I didn't want to be a criminal lawyer no more. So I was trying to get all these jobs like at the court and stuff and at law firms, but I didn't have any experience. I just had a degree and that wasn't good enough because I wasn't landing a job, or maybe that's just not what God wanted me to do. So I ended up landing a job working for the Levine School District for their technology department.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that ended up transpiring. And then I was in a meeting with my department, and I realized that I was the only Latina, the only woman in my department. There was like 15 of us. And I was like, yeah, this doesn't really seem right. So then I just did some research and I tried to find other women who were in technology that can mentor me and just help me grow in my career, because clearly I wasn't going to be in law. So I needed to figure something out. And then I found organizations like Girls Who Code, Black Girls Code, Chick Tech, Tecnolochica, Girls in Tech. Like the list goes on. And I didn't even know these organizations or these people even existed. So that's how I got involved in Chick Tech.
Okay, I have a quick question. This kind of deviates from the topic, but are you from Arizona?
No, I'm
from
not.
New York?
I'm from New Jersey.
Okay,
I heard
yeah.
that accent. I heard that accent earlier.
So you're not from? Oh, I thought you were from Arizona.
I'm from New Jersey. But when I joined the military, I met my husband. His family resides in Arizona. And I spent a year in the very, very cold South Korea, and that kind of gave me like PTSD. So after me and my husband left Korea, I was like, dude, I'm never doing the cold weather again in my life. You couldn't pay me. There's not enough money in this world. So when we were getting out, I was like, Arizona seems cool. Like, I can do that. So that's how I came here.
Oh, that's interesting. I know I heard the accent, but I just couldn't pinpoint, and I didn't want to ask on break. I was like, I want to ask on the mic, so that's why I waited a bit.
You stole my question.
Oh, really?
I heard it earlier on in the conversation, but I didn't want to like cut her off or anything.
All right, so given that, before we get a little bit more into the company, I know you said that you were involved in law, but have you kind of always had like a secret passion for technology?
I think so, because when I was in high school, my mom allowed me to go to the summer camp that was it was ran by NASA at a college. So I got a little bit of experience early on, and then when the recruiter offered me the job in technology, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I like that. But I think what had happened was I was in the Army, and my life wasn't my life in the Army, so I was forced to do this job. And I was young, I was 17, and I was like, I hate this, I don't want to do this, because I thought what I was doing in the Army was going to be what I was going to do in the civilian side, so I was being rebellious, and I was like, F this, I'm picking another career. But initially, my degree was in technology, and I took my first math class, and I sucked. And like at the end of the week, I changed my whole major to do law. So that's how that happened.
So I can tell that you're very smart. So what made you go to the Army in the first place? Like how?
I have an older sister, and she went to NYU, and she's a couple years older than me. So when it was time for me to choose my path in life, she was like, I'm in debt, like serious debt. She was a dentist at the time. She was a dentist in Manhattan. So I was like, my sister's making money. Like, she made it. She was like, no, I didn't make it. My sister was paying like over $900 a month in student loan debt. She was trying to buy a house because she made it, and she couldn't because she was like behind. And
but she was there, but she wasn't there.
Yeah. And had it not been for that, like, you know, I would have just went off to college. But she, like, it shook me, like, literally. And I was like, well, I need to find something else. But by that time, it was too late for college. Well, maybe not too late, but I thought it was too late. So I went to the Army.
Okay.
I was kind of, like, sporadic.
Okay. So you chose it.
Cool. Before I ask
was your parents okay with you going to the Army?
My mom was like, take her. She was like, take her. I was a terrible child, and not like because I was doing drugs or anything like that, but because I was just really mean to my mom. So when she felt like the Army was going to mold me to help me grow up, so she was like, that's what you need to do. Where do I sign? Yeah. And she literally signed the papers. I was like, damn, she want to get rid of me that quick?
I do have a question. So had you not, you know, met your husband or gotten pregnant, would you have stayed in the Army and pursued a career there, or you know that wasn't the
probably not, because I joined when I was really young, and I didn't have any like corporate company experience. So when I was in the military, I was like a brat. I really felt really entitled, and I didn't have respect for like senior. I don't know.
Authority.
Like I had respect for them, but I was like, I always felt like I had to win the fight. So that's not something you can do in the military, because they'll take your money and they'll take your time. So I feel like had I not gotten out, I probably would have faced some issues. And I would have probably got kicked out. So, yeah, I think God saved me.
So bullhead, you were bullheaded.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell was
But
wrong
you
with
lasted
Smart.
for a year, so that's still pretty good.
By the grace of God. Because looking back, I was like, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. I just like was just always back talking, and I felt entitled, and I didn't want to do what I was supposed to do.
Do you see a lot of those traits in your daughter?
Yes. I didn't realize, like, you know, when people say, like, everything you do to your mother, like, your kids gonna
It's
do
the
to you.
curse. It's the mother's curse.
And now I see my daughter, and I'm just like, I'm gonna shake you to death.
Because I know what you made of.
Are you the youngest? So
yeah, so biologically, I'm my mom's youngest. When I was going off to high school, I really thought my mom was happy to get rid of me. And then she adopted my 2 little brothers, and I was like, this feels a little personal. So, yeah, kind of.
So she taking more kids. She's like, oh, I can take 2 for 1.
Yeah, my mom's like, I'll take boys, but I'll never take a girl again. And I'm like, damn, what'd I do to you?
Scarred her for life.
But I love my little brothers. Because I was the youngest, I think that's where the whole entitlement came. But when my mom adopted my 2 little brothers, I had the opportunity to like take care of someone. It wasn't for a long time, but I love that.
It wasn't about just you.
Right.
Yeah. Woo.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about Chick Tech. What are some of the things that Chick Tech like does? Do you guys have meetings? Do you guys have conferences? How do you guys get your message out to the world and to the people?
Yeah, so it started with 1 chapter, and now we have 20 chapters nationwide.
Right.
Awesome.
This 23rd. That's good.
Yeah, and it's a nonprofit, and there's people that are actually
It's a national, you must say, a national nonprofit.
A national nonprofit. But some people are getting paid to do this, but people like me, I do it, I volunteer, and I don't care. You don't need to pay me. But Chick Tech does 2 things. The first thing is focusing on women, like grown women that either want to get into tech or are already in tech but just need a little bit of help to get into that mid-level or that senior positions. And activities or events that we do dedicated to them is like resume review, networking tips, LinkedIn reviews, technical interview practices. So just things that will prepare them, negotiating tips, how to speak in the workplace.
Why you laugh?
Why you pause?
Yeah, you laugh.
Because I had to take that class. I don't host that class. I sit in the front row of that class.
Please help me.
Like, that ain't my area.
Yeah, so, sorry, lost my train of thought. And all of these events, they're like dedicated for women specifically because the injustices that we face in the workplace are different than what men face. And you don't have to be a woman in tech specifically. We try to make it broad. So if you're perhaps working in HR and you're kind of interested in tech, but you don't really know, we still want you to come to the event, benefit from it because it's free. So we want everybody to benefit from it. And take away from it. And then the second portion of the organization focuses on high school girls first and then middle school girls. So with the high school program, I'm the high school program director for the Phoenix chapter. So right now we're planning a 2-day kickoff event in November. We will have a venue where we will transport 200 girls across the valley, give them...
That's good.
Yeah, so give them the experience to hear from a woman in tech in the valley. Then they'll do some hands-on activities. We'll give them some food. There's some raffles. Then the second day they'll come back. It'll kind of be the same. So not only do we want them to do hands-on activities, but we also want to educate them on how to get into college, financial aid, the obstacles, and then once you finish college, getting a job, landing a job, and then how to keep a job. That might be different. So yeah, just trying to get them prepared so that when they're, in college, they can go into the other portion, like where we focus more on women. So yeah, and then after the 2-day event, we follow up with them monthly, and we bring them to different areas in the valley. So, for example, we'll bring them to like Intel so that they can see what Intel's like. Bring them to General Motors or to some co-working spaces, some small businesses, so that they can see like it's not cookie cutter. Like you can work in different environments and different places with different companies. They're just really trying to expose them.
I like that. So you talking about this makes me wish.
Go ahead, you first.
They had it. Oh, never mind. Y'all can go. I was in the
No,
talk.
she was first.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask the question. So you've been doing this for how long? I know you said the company started in 2012. How long have you been the director?
So Chick Tech in Phoenix just opened in November.
Oh,
But
okay.
I've been working with other organizations that do kind of the same for like over a year.
Okay.
So I kind of have experience in doing it, but I wasn't in a director role. But that experience allowed me to step into that director role.
Okay.
So that leads into my question. When you say high school, do you do Phoenix? I mean, like, how do you pick what high schools you guys are going to do?
We literally pull every high school in Arizona.
So not just like Phoenix Union High School District. You go through the different cities.
We pull every high school, but we really want to get most of our population to be underrepresented, free and reduced lunch. We want students who perhaps have a disability like autism or Down syndrome that they probably can't, or not can't, but are not offered these resources. Or I know our Austin chapter, half of their population is deaf students, and they transport the deaf students with their aid to the events, and the aid kind of is like a mediator. So we want the people who traditionally will not have these opportunities offered to them to come.
That is so awesome, Lord.
It's not to say that we don't want our Paradise Valley population.
Yeah.
But that's
so
not,
you do everything, the whole spectrum. Yeah.
You want to give people a chance who don't
who don't have it.
but we focus on those who don't.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
good.
awesome.
That's really good.
Whew.
Go ahead.
So, although you've only been doing this since November, so you've been interacting with younger girls for a while. Have you mentored one and like kept up with them and like they're in college or whatever else? Followed along?
But prior to Chick Tech, I really focused on middle school girls.
Okay.
So at my job, there's a girls who code club that I facilitate, and I mentor those girls.
Okay.
Because I work in a K-8 setting, I've never really been exposed to high school girls. I mean,
Gotcha.
I've seen them in passing, but like
Right.
I've never interacted with them. But I was at this panel. It's called Tecnolochicas. They're sponsored by Intel. And I was there earlier today at Phoenix College.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so it was crazy. I was at Phoenix College earlier, and it was a group of high school girls, and it was a whole panel of women. One lady was from ADOT, another one was from APS, ASU, NAU, and then we spoke to a group of high school girls. And it was kind of heartbreaking because the questions they were asking, like, you know, what do I do if my family can't afford for me to go to college, or I really can't move away from home, I have to take care of my siblings, and I was like, because those are not things that you think of, like, well, that was never an issue for me, you know, so you don't know what you don't know, so I was like, oh, you're gonna make it, Dad. So my heart has grown. Because in middle school, the kids are not really thinking about that just yet. But like in high school, the pressure's really on. So my heart grew. So I think I like.
So there will come a point where, like Sassy B said, there's going to be someone that you mentor from here, and then you'll follow them on.
Yeah. So the goal is to partner the girls, or depending on the amount of girls we get, but the goal is to partner the girls with a mentor that they can keep up with throughout the months, throughout their college experience. And then we'll link up with them when it's time to fill out FAFSA and college
And
applications.
you'll start crying.
I know, right? Oh my God.
And how do you guys get your mentors that help?
It's all volunteer based, literally. The great thing about Phoenix is like there's a huge tech scene, and the women in Phoenix know the issue at hand. Like, just to give a little bit of perspective, like there's 500,000 jobs in computing available. There's only 49,000 people graduating with computing jobs. Of those 49,000, only 20% of that is women. And out of that 20%, only 1% is Black and Latina women.
Wow.
Exactly. So most of the women who I kind of say like have made it or woke, they know the numbers. So whenever it's like, hey, do you want a mentor? Do you want to come through and help for this high school event? They're like, yes. Where do I sign up? So we're blessed to have that kind of culture and diversity in Phoenix.
Okay, I like that. So how important do you feel like the integration of technology is in schools? I know you kind of spoke on it, but can you just tell me a little bit more about how major that is? Like, given that that's where our society is going completely.
Yeah, definitely where our society is going. You can't name an industry that does not have some type of technology embedded in it. The sad thing is that there is not a computer science curriculum in place in Arizona. So most of the schools don't have a computer science course. Maybe in high school, depends. But if they do, there's no curriculum, there's no standard in place. So teachers are kind of just like
out there.
Yeah. So that hurts, but there's a lot of organizations in place to help out for sure. I lost my train of thought. I'll come back to it. I lost my train of thought. You say, how important is it?
Yeah, how important is it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the goal for sure is to get more people into those jobs. The goal, if we expose students at a very young age, for example, where I work, we do Hour of Code Digital Learning Day, and we teach kids how to code starting in kindergarten. And by third grade, the kids...
that is awesome, because kids are smart. Like, coming out the womb, they're smart.
For sure. So, and by third grade, they're able to do their own coding project. By sixth grade, they're able to create like their own ping pong game, and they'll like talk you through it. So we already identified that the kids can do it. So now it's our job to carry it out, because if we continue to only be 1% in this industry, it's really hindering like our companies and the products and the services that we're producing. So like, for example, you guys remember what happened with H&M like a month ago? So everyone is going off. They're like, they're so racist, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that they're not. But how I seen it was all the people that looked at that picture before it came onto the website, from like the designer, the manufacturer, the director, the person who was at the photo shoot, the person that was taking the pictures, the stylist, like literally there must have been 50 people that came across that sweater.
Or 100.
So, for that to still end up on the website tells me that you don't have enough diversity at the table. You don't have enough people of color. You don't have, maybe not even women, at the table to tell you, that's a bad idea. That's a bad marketing. You're going to pay for that. Maybe I'm wrong, but
you're hit the nail on the head. You're not wrong.
That's how I took that. So H&M really could have saved themselves from that had they had more people of different backgrounds. You know, you don't have to be black or Latino.
You could be any nationality, just a whole bunch of different nationalities.
Yeah, because if you have different nationalities, different backgrounds, come together in your company, you'll have different products and services. But if everyone at the table looks white and they all come from, Scottsdale, they can't help you from stuff like that. So it's definitely our job to educate our kids, to give them these opportunities so that they can change the future and save these companies at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was a
That was a catastrophe.
Yes, it was.
It really was. All right, so do you feel, given that you live in Arizona, do you feel that ASU, NAU, U of A are like equipped with decent technology programs or technology? Yeah, technology.
They can't ask for herself because she go to ASU.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, today I was sitting next to 3 people who go to ASU right now, and they were talking about clubs that they were part of. So I heard that ASU is like expanding in Mesa to make like a 3-floor like technology only building. So it's definitely popping in Arizona for sure. I mean, it's not
okay. You're good.
Oh yeah, no, I was just asking.
It's not like Silicon Valley in California. It's not like that, but for someone to say like, "Oh, I didn't know," or "I couldn't get into it," or "There wasn't a club,"
there is.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
She's like, it's a lie. It's a lie. You're lying.
There's something out there for everybody. Okay, this doesn't have anything to do. It has everything to do with technology. So, can you tell me how you feel about self-driving cars and how we're shifting to that whole aspect? How the world is shifting that way.
All right, so even though I work in technology, I am against it in different areas. Self-driving cars, I feel like it's the human trying to put the responsibility on a machine. And we've seen time and time again where machines fail us, whether it's like a plane or our cell phones. So now you're putting your trust on a machine that's then able to affect or kill or
affect your livelihood.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm for self-driving cars, but I still feel like there needs to be a person behind the wheel.
I agree.
I agree too.
Yeah, because that car ain't gonna take over and drive me somewhere else.
Wait,
Because they have new cars. What if the car get a mind of its own, or somebody
Or
tap
not,
into
or
it and
exactly,
control
hack
it,
or somebody
and
hack
then
it.
have you locked in
That's
and driving
true.
you off somewhere else and stuff. And then
A
they're
mad
gonna use them like
ex-boyfriend.
Uber. Yeah, exactly.
What you say?
A mad ex-boyfriend.
He like,
No, I'm a hack it. I'm a kidnapper.
Exactly.
but the
So
only
you-
thing, go ahead.
so you're all for technology, but human intervention can always be a problem.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, at my job, I talk to parents and I just really try to spread the word because parents often give their kids these devices and then stuff happens and then they come back. And as school administrators, we could only do so much. So my job kind of is like, I gotta drop the knowledge on you. Like, for you to let your kid have a device and have access to the world and you just let them go sit on a corner and do what they do, whatever they find, you don't got nobody to blame but yourself.
Exactly.
Because
You
like
need
the
to
same
know.
way we balance sugar and we balance everything else, like there needs to be a balance in technology.
Yep.
So I always let parents know, like, you need to put,
There has to be human intervention at some point.
you need to watch your kids.
Yeah,
That's one.
and
It's a community computer, which
No.
means I see you
No,
right
I
here.
get that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people let their kids, they just give them the device and they go off in the corner and they do their
Or they
own.
don't realize that they can put the parental controls
Yeah,
on
even
a
on the
lot of
TV.
them.
And they don't do it.
They
And
don't do it. They don't do it.
I get it. I'm a parent. Like, kids is annoying. You got stuff to do. Like, you just need them to be
But
quiet
I
for
know
5
you're
minutes.
you. Mary be over here like this. Okay, I'm about to watch this, but just you put the controls on it. I'm sure.
Yeah, but I always let parents know, like, whenever there's an issue that pops up, it's like, okay, well, my kid was being bullied online, or this happened online, or whatever. So I always let parents know, like, don't leave any devices in your kid's room overnight. If it's then they're like, oh, well, they need their alarm. Go to Walmart, buy you an analog alarm, and you keep that cell phone, that Kindle, whatever it is, you keep it in your room, you keep it in the refrigerator, because the kids, they start trolling. Like, the trolls are the kids.
Yeah.
They start trolling online, and they start getting into a bunch of stuff, and you're sleeping because you got to go to work, but they're up all night. Then they go to school in the morning. They're sleeping at school. Then they're aggy, and they start popping off at the teachers, and it's because they ain't got no sleep. So don't leave no devices in the kids' room. It really saves you from cyberbullying, from suicide, and just from those
You heard
predators.
that? You got kids, so.
Alright. Okay, I have a question. So, how do you feel about technology creating jobs for people on the one hand, but as well as that, it kind of takes away jobs for those people who aren't equipped or don't have as much knowledge as which your company or as what your non-profit organization kind of does is gives them, I guess you can say, the information in order for them to be ready for those type of jobs. But for those who aren't, where does it leave them at?
Well, people in the tech industry, we know that you always have to stay up to date. You can't, it's not an industry that you're allowed to be comfortable. Like, with doctors, you know the basics, and the basics are not going to change. But in technology, like, the basics
Changes
always
every day.
change. So you need to, like, be in the loop. So a career in technology that might have been prominent, 20 years ago may not be here today. So you always got to be able to move and stuff. But for the non-technical people, like, there's always opportunities, like, to learn. So you just got to be willing to learn. But it ain't safe.
Yeah, exactly. But I think a lot of smart people get into technology, so they're always willing to learn. You have to be willing to learn.
That's true. Got to be willing to learn. Some of these older people, they don't want to learn. They don't want to learn.
They get stuck in their ways.
They get stuck in their ways.
Defeat them.
Then they start hating the millennials. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's happened to me.
I was going to say, those are the ones that got the pencil protector.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
In the
pens
pocket.
and
Yes.
They just look at you like,
Instead of being mad at you, they could be opening their minds to learn.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, let's collaborate, make the world a better place.
Yeah.
So my question is kind of along, how many certifications do you have? And are you pursuing any new ones?
So I'm like part of that percentage of people in technology that have no like technical degrees or certificates.
You don't have to though.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Well, now you probably do, but you don't have to have.
No, you don't. I was just curious if what she had.
No, I have a bachelor's in legal studies, a master's in business, and 6 years of experience in technology in the Army. But the dope thing about being in tech is that you don't have to have a degree.
Right.
Like as long as you can bring in the value or the experience, then people are willing to hire you. So I mean, if you're wanting to pursue tech, yes, you can go and get a degree in it.
Certifications.
Some people are not cut out for college, so they go to like boot camps, and boot camps are more hands-on. And then there's people who like want to pursue tech, and this is like their third career in life. So they just like freelance. They learn themselves. They'll build projects and then build a portfolio. Do some like contracting work, and then they'll go and interview for like companies, and they'll be like, well, this is what I have done on the side, and these people can vouch for my work, and then they get hired.
Okay,
cool. Okay, so let's chick tech. So I know that you spoke before that you guys have like activities for the older women. Do you guys have activities for the older women?
Oh no, older women in tech.
Yeah. Well, what do we talk about older?
So
60 and over, like the grandmas and stuff that need to learn how to work technology.
Yeah, I mean, there is no age in our game, I guess. It's just your willingness to want to learn. But we have activities for those who are mid-level and they're probably trying to become like the chief technology officers or the CEOs. We have activities for those because they don't really need resume reviews. Like, they already got it down packed. Maybe their focus is more on like project management and product management and stuff like that. So yes, we do.
Do you ladies have any more questions? Because I know I have another one.
Go for it.
Okay. So I know that, I'm trying to think how I can say this because we spoke on this already, but where do you see chick tech going in the future? How big do you think you guys are going to get? Like future goals, future plans?
Yeah, for sure. So I think we're going to double in size in the next year. I know that sounds like a little ambitious, but with like our national conference coming through and like all the press we're getting and just the impact that we're making in these major cities. I mean, we're in Atlanta, Seattle, Colorado, New York, Orange County, Phoenix. Like we're in major cities where tech is like happening, and a lot of people that work in tech move to like different or work remotely in like different states and stuff. So I think they're like spreading the word. So yeah, I think we're gonna double. We're definitely gonna get bigger because we not only focus on women but also on high school. So that makes us different.
I know it sounds. I want to come to one of your events soon. It sounds really interesting.
Well, we have a mixer going on March 15 at ISO's Technology, and you can find that information on Meetup. And that's just like a real chill event. There's going to be food and drinks, and we're just like spreading the good word. And then after that, in April, we're going to have our national conference.
Okay, do you want to speak a little bit on that and how that goes?
Yeah, so our national conference is called ACTW, and it stands for Advancing the Careers of Technical Women. It's going to be April 10th to the 13th at the Phoenix Convention Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty big. We have about 95% of women speakers. We have about 3 or 4 from Phoenix. Then we have women coming from outside of town. And your ticket pretty much covers everything. So it covers food, these workshops that you can participate in, the speaking engagements, and then happy hour. There's going to be like yoga. So there's just like, it's not just for technologies, like all around health, mental health, wellness, trying to survive in this career.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. I think we might have to. How much are the tickets?
Well, if you go onto our website, act-w.org, you'll find tickets for students and then just regular price tickets.
Okay, cool.
So the student tickets are cheaper because we all know that the college struggle is real. But if you can't afford either or, I definitely recommend that you volunteer, because if you volunteer for 3 shifts, then you can get in for free. So there's definitely opportunities there. Not only are you going to be able to learn and gain knowledge from this conference, but you're also going to be able to network with prominent people in the city. We're going to have companies like Google that are going to be present. So if you're looking for a job, or if you're just looking on for insight, this will be the perfect time to have that face-to-face interaction and ask those questions. Because sometimes when we're looking for jobs, like, it's us, the computer screen, and then the recruiter on the other side, and it just makes it really hard for your resume to get lost and all that. So this will be a perfect time to make those connections and network with people, or just meet people who can get you in, because really that can make the difference in your career.
Knowing the right people.
That's awesome.
That's what it's all about. Thank you. Do you ladies have any more questions before we wrap it up?
I don't know if I do. You answered everything.
I know.
It seems like.
Do you want to tell everyone where they can find you personally on social media, Chick Tech?
Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you just look up #Techie with a Y, Mary, my name will pop up. If you're interested in joining the Chick Tech Phoenix chapter, you can just Google it and our name will pop up. We're looking for people who are willing to assist and volunteer and make that impact. And then if you're interested about the ACT-W conference, it's act-w.org. There's a bunch of information on there. You can see who the speakers are, who the workshops, or what the workshops are. Also, the volunteer information is going to be on there. And all the proceeds for this convention literally are going back to our high school programs, because the high school programs that we're providing nationwide, they're free to the kids. So as you know, that can cost a lot. And I mean, we're transporting these kids, giving them food, giving them raffle prizes, all those hands-on activities and T-shirts and swag. That's all free to
swag.
Yeah, it's all free to them, but it costs, and we're a nonprofit, so.
Gotta make that money somewhere.
Yeah, national nonprofit.
You gotta put that swag on there.
Alrighty, thank you so much.
No
Mary,
problem.
for coming by and dropping your knowledge.
And if there's anyone that wants to donate money, we take donations, sponsorship, partnerships. Bring that money this way.
We're gonna make sure that we actually put this out before your thing, so that you can get.
Thanks.
Very interesting. I keep looking at the flyer. I love how it looks.
It's a cool logo.
It is a cool one.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So is this someone you guys like kind of partner with, or the ACT-W? What is
So
that?
the ACT-W is part of Chick Tech. That's
Okay.
the woman advancement and career part.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense.
The more women we get into, all these industries, the better my pay will be. Just to be honest, because if you guys don't know, like, a white man gets paid for every dollar he gets paid, a white woman gets paid 83 cents, and black woman gets paid 63 cents, and a Latina gets paid 53 cents, and it's unfair that I'm getting paid less because I bring more to the table.
Talk about it.
I need more people to join me because it's ridiculous.
Yes, that is so true.
All right, once again, thank you so much for coming out, spending your night with us, dropping your knowledge.
Eating
Chick
good
Tech,
food.
Yeah, eating good food, everything.
Thank
you. All right, y'all ready to
Sign out? Let her go first. No, Mary can go first.
What I say?
You gotta get a good name, girl. M to the Y.
No.
What's your thing?
What's your new name?
Techie Mary.
Okay, so go on and sign out as Techie Mary. Go ahead.
This is Techie Mary, and we're out.
There you go. Queen B, good night. What is she looking at?
I don't know.
We don't know. Whatever
No,
she's doing.
but the sky's the time.
No, it was something by the computer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
who
Let's
knows?
just go. Say your name right. Don't laugh at the lady. The lady crazy. The lady is crazy. It's T to the easy. Kimmy, we out.
Navarre and K, peace. Good night. Peace, love, and fish grease.
little thotties. Gotta call your sugar daddy just to buy an entree. But please don't get it twisted. Come try me and you might get your wig lifted. My daddy taught me well, so I don't with the snitches. Nah. Just know I'm bougie and you gotta what? Deal with it. Bougie gang, bougie gang, bougie gang, bougie gang, bougie gang, bougie gang, bougie gang. Bougie. Got 2 necklaces from Tiffany's. My ice 10 times, your nose ring. You better back off before you get got. I'ma knock you with my rose gold wristwatch. Y'all think this is a game, but I'm spinning facts. My middle name, Bougie.